Ready?
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the Grown Up Kids podcast, the dojo, as we like to call it around here.
Lost all its mojo.
Wow. It's been a while. You guys have been asking where we've been.
Yes, you have.
We're here.
We're
alive.
here. And we're snacking like the old days.
Oh, yeah.
We all got some
Look at this.
beverages.
Water. Oh, wow. Look at
We're on a
this.
water diet.
I'm
Moving
hiding.
fast.
I'm hiding my Cherry Coke Zero behind
At least it's a 0.
the Super Mario bucket.
Dude, the critics hated that movie.
Yep.
Do you think it's worth the
Critics,
the
critics
bashing
might
it's
have
got?
hated it, but 2 billion, or what is it? 4 billion says otherwise.
Dang, that's
Whatever
how
the
much
number
it's
is. Yeah, dude, it's made some crazy money.
made? Dang, that's crazy.
I don't
Like-
think it was $4 billion.
It's in the billions already.
No, it's not.
I just checked the other day.
Check it right now. I guarantee it's not in the billions.
I feel like it's the same with the Michael movie. Like, critics freaking tore it to shreds. But
Oh yeah.
everybody that know that's watched it says
Everybody
it's super
know-
good.
Just kidding. I'm not gonna make a joke.
Make him.
Greatest artist of all time. Secular artist. Christian artist is still Carmen.
By the way, Kimi Antonelli won the F1 race today. In case y'all don't know.
So we learned today that Michael's really into
F1.
F1. He watched the movie and he's like, "Yeah, I gotta keep watching this movie."
No, not at all. My grandma is super into it, and she got me into it. And I like Kimi
You're
Antonelli.
It's in the millions. 750 million to be exact. Still a
And
lot of money.
He won.
It'll probably surpass that. By
Sonic
this.
Sonic could never. Oh.
Dang.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast. We have a handful of things that we want to talk about. One of them being, I wanted to start off with a story
Oh,
that happened to me not that long ago.
nice. Oh,
Um,
maybe not.
So I went to go visit Brandon in San Antonio. We recorded an episode. Shout out to those of you who watched it because we heard some feedback on that. You guys miss us. We miss you too. Trust me. Then,
I thought the feedback was you guys look tired.
oh yeah, that too.
We were like on 4 hours of sleep, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then I think it was the following weekend I went to San Antonio again, but I took Michelle for Valentine's Day. So I surprised her with a San Antonio trip. Have I told you this?
I know y'all went over there.
Okay. So but you don't know about me getting pulled over.
No, I don't think
Okay. So we got up in the morning. We left from McAllen, just, headed over there to San Antonio, taking the normal roads that we usually take. And we got to that stretch where it's a lot of winding roads. It's just palm trees, like in the middle of nowhere
so.
type
Oh,
of
yeah,
vibe.
yeah.
Well, the majority of the story, just so you guys know, the majority of the story is on me. Like, it's literally not on the state trooper. He was just doing his job. And he was very nice. Our tags were expired, didn't have insurance, right? So that's like the perfect storm to like just get a ticket, right? So we're driving and I didn't realize it, but on the oncoming ramp, or like the ramp that was merging with ours, there was a state trooper there. And so I've always realized, or I've always thought, like, it makes it even worse or more obvious when you start braking hard to not like drive in front of them. So I wasn't about to do that. So all I did was I just took my foot off the gas and just let the car naturally kind of slow down so that he doesn't see me braking. And mind you, this was like at 8:30 in the morning.
Got it.
So my man was probably just like out and about, like making his first couple of rounds, whatever. And then he happened to be driving behind us. So he pulls us over. And I already knew what it was for because our tags are expired, and he was about to find out that our insurance lapsed, right? So he pulls us over and rolled down the window, and he's like, "How you doing, sir?" I was like, "Doing good." He's like, "Where are you headed to?" I was like, "Taking my wife to San Antonio for Valentine's Day. I want to take her to the zoo." He's like, "Oh, okay, that's nice," or whatever. And then he's like, "Can I see your driver's license and your registration?" And so I'm getting all that stuff ready, and he's like, "Sir, the reason why I pulled you over is because your tags are expired. Is there any reason why you haven't gotten them updated?" And I was like, "Honestly, man, like it just keeps, escaping my mind. I keep forgetting." And he's like, "All right, man." He goes, "Well, let me go ahead and take your license. I'll be right back." And I was like, "Okay." And so he's like, "Just sit tight for me." I was like, "Yeah, no problem." Have I told you this?
Yes.
Okay. You just haven't heard this. Okay, good. So me and Michelle are sitting there, and I'm already like frustrated, because it's nobody's fault but mine.
Yeah.
And while you were really too quick to agree
Oh,
with
my
me.
bad.
You're like, "But yes."
I get it.
True.
So anyway, he goes back to the car, and he's there for like 3 minutes, and then he comes back to the car, and he says, "Hey man, can you do me a favor?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can you go ahead and come step out of the vehicle for me?" And I was like, "Yes, sir, absolutely." Right. So like, I took off my seatbelt, opened the door.
Time out. What's going through your head?
Well, what's going on in my mind is like, I don't know. Maybe he wants to ask me some questions or whatever. Like I said, he was very polite, so I wasn't really scared. I was kind of just maybe nervous or whatever. But like, I wasn't like panicking, like, "Oh gosh, what's gonna happen?" So he goes, "Hey man, so the reason why I called you over here to my vehicle is because your license says that you live in Wesco, right?" And I was like, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Well, we have you on cameras driving in and out of McAllen frequently." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I mean, I was like, well, I just never updated it on my license, but me and my wife do live in an apartment here in McAllen." And so he's kind of looking at me like, "Okay." And then he's like, "So, do you go to San Antonio frequently?" And I was like, "No, not really." And he was like, "Okay, because we have you, going in and out of San Antonio, and you've only," he's like, "You went to go see, what was your business there or what?" And I was like, "Oh, I went to go see a cousin of mine." And he was like, "Okay." He goes, "Yeah, I have you like only there for like a day, and then you came back." And I was like, "Yes, sir. Like I just went and came back." He was like, "Okay." And he's like, "And today you're going to San Antonio?" And I was like, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "And you're coming back the same day?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you." He's like, these are this is like a cause for us to like ask you, if we can search your vehicle. There's a lot of suspicious activity." And he looked at me and he goes, "Look, I could tell you're a good guy, you're a nice guy or whatever." But he was just basically like everything on paper is telling me that you're up to no good.
Yeah.
And so because I know we don't have anything to hide in the car, I was
Wrong car. No.
yeah, because I didn't have any. I knew that there wasn't anything in the car. Like I was fine with him checking the car, but like just let me like, for those of you who are watching, let me just put this what would have been on paper. Like let me just say it out loud. The car's not mine. It's Matthew's.
Oh, that's right.
Okay,
That's
that's one. Tags expired. License or not license. Insurance lapsed. That's two.
In another city.
Okay. IDs in another city. Here's the one that made it even the icing on the cake, which was hilarious. At my job, there's a guy who goes every Friday, and he sets up like his like mobile car washing business, and he like details and does like it makes it look like your car just got off the lot. And we left on Saturday morning, and on Friday I told Michelle, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna ask the guy to clean the car." So he made it look like that thing just got off the lot, like it was just assembled by the machines. It looked brand new. So you have a brand new spanking car with the wheels look polished and brand new. Everything looks brand new about that vehicle.
Yeah.
So I with my key, I went ahead and opened up the trunk for him, and he started putting his gloves on, to start looking. Well, he went ahead and went to Michelle in the passenger seat and asked her to get out of the car too. But before he did that, he was asking her a couple of questions for like a couple of minutes. So I was just like, I wondered like if he's like, "Ma'am, do you have any warrants? Do you have any whatever?" Well, she comes back to me to where I was, and I was like, "What did he ask you?" I was like, "What did he ask you?" And she's like, "He asked me like how often we go or how often you go." I guess he just wanted to see like if our answers lined up. Like freaking what is it called? The Last of Us vibes.
All
It's
right.
like I asked you something and I asked you that they
Excuse
better line up or someone's gonna die. It's like damn. Yeah, so it was just super like it was the perfect storm of like the most suspicious activity ever, which it wasn't what it seemed, but I just remember like leaving, taking off, and he told me, he's like, look, I want to be honest with you, man. Like, I would try to get some insurance like ASAP because, you know, like driving without your tags, you know, like driving with expired tags is one thing, but driving with expired tags and no insurance is like, he's like, legally, you're not supposed to be driving it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I understand. And he goes, but in San Antonio, they're way more like strict with that. And he's like, they could like pound, like in the pound.
Impound the car.
Yeah, impound the car. So we went and everything was fine, you know, like over there and stuff. But I just remember thinking like it would be my luck, like for me to just try to take my wife to surprise her to go feed giraffes because the giraffes are her favorite animal. And like our whole thing got delayed like an hour because and then
Brownville
wow, this guy.
do the same thing there.
And wow.
Same gorillas.
And what also made it seem, which I was kind of nervous, was we took off, right? I turned off my hazards, turned on my left blinker light, got on the frontage road driving, and we were trying to figure something out. Something wasn't connecting correctly in the car. You know me, I need to listen to music. So what did I do? I pulled over again, and I like turned off the car to turn it back on, like to try to reset the system.
I don't know this. I'm just saying. It's new information for me.
So then I see that he had it moved from where he stopped me, and then he like started inching closer, and then he got off, and then he got on the frontage road and then got off again, like behind me, kind of close to behind me. And I was like, don't tell me this guy's gonna be like, hey, what happened? Like, are you throwing something out the window or something? I don't know. My mind at that point was like, this guy just wants he just trying to pull me over, like whatever.
Yep.
Have you guys ever had like a crazy either experience getting pulled over or like everything is pointing out, like the signs are pointing to you being like a suspicious person? You're like, whoa, like that's not how it is. Like, I promise you, it just looks like it.
Maybe once, like around the first or second time I got pulled over. It was in San Antonio. I think we were coming back, and I'd never really gotten pulled over. I think like maybe once, and I was nervous, and they could tell I was super nervous. This was years ago, and she was like, "What's wrong? Like you seem nervous or whatever." I'm like, "I am." I was like, "I just never really been pulled over, so I'm just a little nervous. That's all." And
That's when you lie and you just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. You're really pretty." I just
I don't know. I was super
Got-
young.
got
I think I
some
was
swag on.
Gracie, bro. I ain't doing it at that time.
hey, whatever it takes to get out of the ticket.
Sure, buddy. Nah, other than that, no.
I have an interesting story, kind of adjacent to this. So I had a coworker a couple years ago. He was real into MMA, and we would have our rooms and we'd clean our rooms or whatever, and then we'd finish a little early because just inflation. You want to undersell yourself so that way you can finish early.
Yeah.
Because they gauge by how fast you do the work or whatever. So so we had some time left over, and he's like, "Bro, I want to try this new like grapple move." He's like, "You want to try it?" And I was like, "No, dude. Like, I really don't want to grapple with you." And he's like, "Come on, dude. Let's try." Like, he's like, "I'll teach you how to get out of it. So you just wrestle me like trying to get out of it." And I'm like, "No." But he was persistent. He's like, "Come on, dude. Let's do it. Come on, let's just do it." He was my height. He wasn't that much taller than. I mean, he was a little bit taller than me, but he wasn't like big or anything.
Crazy.
So I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." So I finally gave in, right? So yeah, so we spent like 10 minutes like just grappling in the room. And no, here's the part that makes it worse. There was a couple of housekeepers in the corners. So when we both came out of the room, we're sweaty and red.
No. Huffing and puffing.
And it just did not look right at all. And they saw one of us. They didn't say which one, but they were like, "How come?" But they were asking him in Spanish, like, "Hey, you guys are both red." And he's like, "I know, we were moving the beds. Like one of us had to hold one, and the other one had to hold the other." And she was like, she was really suspicious. She was like, was like, no, dude.
That's so
No.
funny, bro.
And I told him never again. I'm sorry. No. I
That's
can't have people
hilarious.
thinking the wrong thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My man's like, I got a reputation here.
Just a couple of dudes wrestling in bed. That's all.
It was the worst.
That's funny. John, I have a question for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
And
I was
it's
so excited
not
about
really about you,
that. Damn.
but I'm pretty sure
It
this
involves you.
happened.
Okay. Talk to me.
And what I want to know is, has there ever been a time that Michelle fell into the nets at Topgolf? I feel like she did, like once.
Not that I know of.
I thought this
I
was going to
hope
be a
not.
semi-serious question.
No, not at all. Did she throw a thing or something? Something happened at Topgolf. And I know, like, she did something.
It might have been like a golf club that like
She let
she
go.
let
of
go, but we don't go to Top Golf enough for me to remember if she fell in there or not.
Dang. I was talking about it with Hayden. Because Tommy was asking us if we like Topgolf. I was like, yeah, I like whatever, right? He's like, yeah, I was thinking of going for my birthday or whatever. I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. And then
I feel so bad for him. I feel like his birthday is always like overshadowed with my birthday.
you think so?
Yeah, but he's like super chill. I don't think he really cares.
I mean, so am I when it comes to my birthday.
Yeah, but
Sure.
you have a lot of friends.
Just kidding.
No, it's like, if anything, I just use it to get like my favorite meal out of it. But who doesn't do that for their birthday?
Ugh, Red Robin.
That's not my favorite meal.
Dude, it's where we always go for your birthday.
Ooh, a good dispute. I love
What do you mean?
I feel like every time it's your birthday, that's the number one place we go.
You're right.
I know. Because that's every time I have horrible service.
You're like, I go once a year and it's the worst.
Yeah, it's always on your birthday.
But do you like the food? Is it worth the food at least?
The
Can you
burgers
say
are
that?
delish. I don't care what you care. Care what you care.
No, it's
I don't
not
care
worth
what
it.
you
Nah, the burgers are good. But I do always have horrible service. For whatever reason, like we're in a group and I'm the one that gets like screwed every time.
They forget your burger or what?
No, they just like double charge me or like
Dang. I'm
one
fighting
time-
somebody if they double charge me.
I think one time they did forget my burger and stuff like that.
Let's just say that the time that they double charged him, we were there for like an hour longer than we needed to be. Because the girl who was taking care of our table like took forever to come back to figure out his situation. So then this guy finally got up and was like, "Can I speak
Servers.
to a manager?"
Servers, let me tell you something. Always go back and check on your people after they got their food, but not 5 minutes after. Go like 10 minutes after, 15 minutes after. Because they forget about it. They're like, oh, you good? You guys are good? You got your food? Phew. They always dip out, and then they come back at the very end. Tickets? What tickets are we on? And it's like, I needed you 10 minutes ago, and I was thirsty, Karen. Come on.
Damn.
Yeah.
Little rant there, but you know the vibes.
But yeah, so he wants to do that on his birthday, which is on a Thursday.
So yeah, we're talking about
Well, I was talking to Hayden. What are we talking about? We were talking about something.
Top golf?
Well, sorry, John, but we're throwing a little shade at you. I
of course.
think I brought up your ankles. And
What the hell? Why are my ankles being brought up?
I don't know. I forgot how it happened.
The fall?
Yeah, because
The foam
I was
pit?
like, I think it was something like you don't have buckling knees, you have buckling ankles instead. And,
Dog. Why you catch you straight for
and
it?
the one story I always think about, and I wasn't even there for it, which pisses me off,
Is the trampoline?
is the trampoline one, dude. I just think
I feel
it's
like-
so freaking.
And you know what? I'm okay with this. If you're
Yes.
take a breath, John. Just breathe. I'm okay if the answer you give me is a yes, but I feel like whenever you're just down and you feel really like bad, that like if you were able to just think of that story to lift up your spirits,
Oh, 1,000%.
that's hilarious.
And then I was thinking of like, oh, Topgolf. I was like, I'm pretty sure Michelle fell in there or something. Dude, I don't know why. I feel like I vividly remember her falling in there. I wasn't there, but I think it was a story y'all said.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. It's something that I feel like could have happened,
Oh,
but
100%.
but I didn't I didn't experience it or witness it.
Yeah.
So me and Brandon were in the office earlier today at the church, just kind of brainstorming some stuff, and we came across some like pretty cool ideas. Wanted to ask some questions and just get some dialogue going. Let's see. We have some like sentimental stuff, and then also just some silly stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have a blend of both.
Of course.
I think we can open up with something a little sentimental.
All right, I'm ready to cry.
Wow. Actually, you're going to go first and you might cry. What's a memory that shaped you more than you realized at the time?
I don't know. I feel like that I would have to think about it. A memory that shaped me more than I realized at the time.
I have an answer.
Go for
You
it.
want me to go?
Yeah.
So, I think this was the first time that like genuine kindness was shown to me as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, like in elementary school, you do like the whole show and tell thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember there was this rap cassette and there was this one song that I liked from it, but it was like it was like singing, like the rappers were singing and they actually sang pretty good. And I liked like the song, like it was just a catchy song. So I took that cassette to school for show and tell because I wanted to show everybody that song. I remember my mom like telling me like, wow, that's nice, son. That like, kids typically bring like a toy or something, but like you want to share Jesus with people. And I was like, yeah, like that's what we're supposed to do, And so I gave her the CD. Wow. I gave her the cassette. Yes, I'm that old cassette. I gave her the cassette and she put it into the boombox thing that we had in the classroom. And I gave it to her with the wrong side. So she put it in, pressed play, and it was like this very like aggressive, like hip hop beat. And it was just like cringe city. At the time, At the time I was completely mortified because I'm like, this is not what I wanted to show everybody. And the look on all my friends' faces, because I'm standing there, the look on all my friends' faces, they were just like, what the hell is this? Like, what is going on? But my kindergarten teacher, Miss Wendy, shout out. I don't even know if she's still alive. But if you are, Mrs. Wendy, one of the greatest teachers in my life. And one of the first people outside of my family and close friends to show me kindness, like genuine kindness. She literally made me feel like what I was showing was actually like what I was supposed to be showing to the class. So she started to like dance and like started to get into it, and she started clapping, and then the kids started clapping too, and they started dancing too, and she like made me feel not embarrassed. And I know there's probably a lot of you who are listening that know me personally, and you're like, well, freak you, because you've made me feel embarrassed, right? but I feel like I feel like that was kind of something that I was like, man, like if I can be that for people, to the best of my ability, like make someone feel like they belong, or make someone feel like they don't, like maybe what they're super into isn't like interesting for everybody, but it's like, oh, that's cool, dude. Like, I've had many people tell me in my lifetime, about what they're interested in, and I'm like, that sounds terrible to me. That sounds boring. But like in the moment, it's like I'm not about to make that person feel like dumb for sharing something that they want to share with me, And so I feel like that was like a core memory that shaped like who I am, but I didn't even realize that at the time, being that little in kindergarten, where like a complete stranger who doesn't owe me anything. And sure, she was a teacher. She probably was thinking more along the lines of like to preserve like, my
Pride, I guess.
Maybe like, in other words, she was just trying to make sure that I didn't feel like I couldn't present something ever again, or she didn't want me to be like completely discouraged. She just wanted to like be that source of like, not motivation. What's the word? Like she just wanted me to feel like I wasn't making a complete fool of myself, because I really felt like
You were.
this was the worst. Like,
Yeah.
and I wish I could remember the name of that group, because if I were to show y'all play the song on here for them, like on the episode,
You'd be like, what?
they'd be like, first of all, The
Who were
freak
you
were you?
showing?
Yeah, who the freak were you listening to at that age? But I remember like the song that I wanted to show them was like a really good song. It was sweet, like it was a good sounding song, and I just completely like botched it by giving her the wrong side of the cassette, and then she just put it in, press play, and then like she just made me feel like this is cool, like hey guys, like you know. So anyway, I feel like that kind of made me be like, you can be kind and make people feel belong even if you don't understand or take interest in what someone else is interested in.
Yeah. For sure.
Hopefully you'll have something deep like that too, because if not,
Probably not. But I feel like for me, it would be, I guess at the time I didn't really think about it, but like hanging out with my grandpa a lot as a kid and then kind of growing up. He is.
At least you had a grandpa.
I mean, yes, but he is. He has a way with words, I guess you can say. He is just very vulgar. But as a kid, like I just never really paid much mind to it or thought about it. He would just call women just very, very derogatory things, and I remember like I went on a trip with him. He was married to my step grandma. Definitely exposing all this, but I don't. Who cares? He passed. I mean, they're both gone. It is. Yeah, they are. I mean, it is what it is at this point. But he picked me and my cousin up, and we went on a road trip with him up north in the truck to haul something, and it was to like Amarillo or whatever. And we stopped in Plainview, which is where I grew up from. And he actually picked up some girl, that, you know, obviously around his age and whatnot, that he knew. And if you ever been in a semi, it has some of them have like a sleeper, so a bed and stuff in the back. And all that's covering them is a curtain. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so we parked somewhere up north. It's like, I don't know, maybe 20 degrees outside. And me and my cousin were just in the front seat, right? And just waiting to go or whatever. And my grandpa's in the back, curtains closed with a girl, and they're not making any noise. Like they're not, at the time I didn't know what they were doing. And so
oh God, Grandpa
was like, whatever. And well, me and my cousin were like, let's just go outside, right? We went outside, 20-degree weather, just running around the truck. And they were like, dude, it'd be fun. Like, we should just take off our shirts and just run in the cold. And so that's what we were doing. And well, he came out and obviously didn't see us in the truck. So then he got pissed off. He's like, what the hell y'all doing? I'll be out here. Fine. Be out here then and check all the tires. So we had to go with the stick and just hit the tires and make sure they had enough air, which they definitely did, but we just made a game out of it, right? And I feel like growing up, I guess it just kind of built in my head, like, I don't want to be like that, you know, for my family. Like, I don't want to have all these women or sleep around or do all this. And I don't feel like that's something I really like considered to do or anything like that. And then obviously seeing my mom and dad, like it was just them the whole time, you know, that they were married or whatever. And obviously like it didn't work with my first marriage, right? But it's not like even all that stuff happened. I'm not married anymore, I'm divorced. And I'm not sleeping around, you know, like I still don't want to do that because I've seen what can happen. And
what that does to the family.
What it does to the family, you know. And obviously I feel like being Christian now and stuff, right, because I didn't grow up that way, it's like I'm realizing all these generational curses that are on my family and like they're stopping, you know, praise God, like it's going to be with me and not go to my son, you know, and stuff like that. So I feel like that's subconsciously like really shaped me and something I haven't thought about, you know, growing up. But now I'm like, you know, realizing all these things.
So sorry to go backtrack, but he brought the girl into the car. How old were you guys?
Dude, at that time, I was already living here. I was probably like 12 or 13.
So you kind of knew like.
Oh, yeah. I definitely knew about that stuff, but like I was still oblivious to certain things, I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
So it wasn't even like you getting out of the truck because it was awkward. You were just like, let's just get out of here. Let's go outside.
yeah, like let's just have fun outside. Like we're just sitting here bored. Let's go outside. And, you know, and there's like a frozen lake over there, kind of close to the truck, and we're like, oh, maybe we should go over there, maybe not. You know, but we didn't.
Well,
But
that's crazy.
yeah,
But I'm glad that you were able to like turn that into something positive.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that man was crazy. Funny, but crazy.
Brandon?
I got a couple, but I don't know where to land on it because you guys are hitting pretty deep. I didn't think we were going this deep.
I mean, I told you we were going to start.
Oh, yeah, true. But my dad, I remember probably when I was like 14, around 15-ish. You know, you're a teenager. You don't want to do anything. Like,
Yeah.
they would always like, on Fridays, they're like, hey, we're going to the mall. We're doing this, doing that. And I'd be like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I just want to stay home and play video games and watch TV.
You got everything that you need here.
Yeah. And so they'd be like, all right, fine. Well, we're going to go eat, but we'll bring you back leftovers or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. That's fine. Like, I wouldn't go out. But, and maybe he had different motives because he knew, because that was the summer we were going to move here to the Valley. So maybe he wanted like a teenager's perspective. Maybe I'm saying that like outside looking in now. But at the time, you know, he came up to me and he was like, that's when I started listening to like Under Oath and like all these heavy bands. Like he didn't even know about like stuff he didn't even know about, or he would hear like the screaming and he wouldn't say anything. My mom's the one that would be like, turn it down, that's too loud. And I'd be like, man, you play Journey all the time, man. I'm like, let me listen to what I want to listen to. So I love Journey now, by the way. But you know, I remember one time we bought the Under Oath DVD and it had the CD and DVD combination. And
Surviving Kaleidoscope?
no, it was the 2004 one with Chasing Safety. They just had those random montages and stuff with the music videos. So we're driving home and he was like, hey, like I know you like listening to this stuff, but it says a DVD on there. Like he's like, show me these guys. Like he's like, show me your favorite song or whatever. And I was like, for real? And he's like, yeah, like I hear you listening to it all the time, but he's like, I can't. He's like, he was telling me like I can't sonically like understand what's going on because it's, you know, it's chaotic, and especially to, you know, our parents, they're probably like, what is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
To the casual music listener,
but he's a musician, so him
sense.
being like, let me visually see it. And I don't even know if he remembers this conversation, but I just remember him being like, I want to visually see it so I can understand it. As a musician, I think I can understand what they're doing. So I remember we sat down and we started watching a couple clips, and obviously they're like one of my favorite bands. So I was geeking out the whole time, and he would be like, oh, that's really cool. That's a sick drum fill, or that's a really good chorus. Like, and I was like, yeah, like it's really catchy, right? And he's like, yeah, dude. And they go super hard and like, that's awesome and stuff. And so then he would just ask me like random music suggestions. And I always grew up thinking, you know, because the first couple years, not to get like super deep, but like maybe from like 1 to like 13, you know, you fear your parents, you know, you fear your dad, like I don't want to piss him off, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But when you started getting older and you start pivoting into that friendship kind of thing, you know, he's like, oh, okay, now I understand, you know, or I get, you know, whatever. And I was like, as I started to see that more, I was like, this is how I want to be. Like, no matter how different like I am or my kids are from me, I want to be able to take the time to say, hey, what are you into? Or, hey, that's really cool. Like, show me that. Like, you're really into that? Show me that. And I don't think he understood that was a really pivotal moment for me. Because I was like, whoa, like you're asking me about what I like. And and again, like it's super simple. Like it's nothing like groundbreaking, but it's just the fact that somebody that you see like so highly, you know what I mean? And then to come meet you where you are when you're in your own world. Cause you know, you're in those teenage phases. Like I'm in my own world. Like I want nothing to do with y'all. Like leave me alone.
Yeah.
But for him to be like, stop and take a moment and be like, instead of being like, dude, turn that off. Like, I don't want to hear that right now. Like, I have a headache or something. You know what I mean? Like the normal parent response. He got down to my level and he's like, hey, show me these guys. Like you're always listening to them. Like I think I understand what they're doing, but you got that DVD. Like, show me. Like, I want to see it. I want to see them play.
Yeah.
And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, really? Yeah. Like, yeah, dude. Like, here, like, this is one of my favorite songs. So I think that shaped me as a person because, like John said, like, now I have that with people that I don't know or I try to get to know. Like, I'll like, you know, just to touch base on some random level, just be like, hey, show me that. Like, what do you like? What do you like? Like, what's that thing you're listening
what do you
to?
mean? Yeah.
You know, like, or, you know, can you dig a little deeper for me? What is that? You know what I mean? And so, yeah. And I think that's why music is so heavily influenced on me because my parents' music, from everything, my dad listened to gospel to rock to, you know, CCM, like all this stuff. Like, he listened to all kinds of stuff. And my mom was like old school rocker, like 80s, hair metal, you know, stuff like that, different bands like that. And just like all that slowly infuses into you, you know what I mean? Because then you look back and you're like, oh, this stuff does rock, or it's still, it's still good, you know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah.
And so, yeah, I think just that kind of like that pivotal moment solidified music for me as like, this is how I connect with people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I also think that's why for us, it's so deep. And our, you know, our families are musicians. Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I think also that has something, or there's something to be said about, like, it's very simple, like just taking the time to make someone feel heard.
Yeah.
And like understood, or even like to share interest in something that somebody's trying to tell you or show you. Mm-hmm. Like your dad, even if he didn't mean anything he was saying, like, let's just say that he didn't mean it, right? Just like worst case scenario. Like, it still had a positive effect on you. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I just feel like there's something to be said about like the simplicity of just being a pair of ears for someone and just showing interest. Like, it could really make somebody feel like seen and heard.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's pretty cool. And I feel like, especially the age that you said you were when that mm-hmm. happened with Grandpa, like that could have like really, and it's not to say that it didn't have like some sort of effect on you, like negative effect on you. But, like, you could have really gone off the deep end and just been like, oh, this is a normal thing? Like,
yeah, so and a lot of my family, like, they aren't, you know, at the time they weren't close to Christ or anything like that. So it was very normal in my family to do that, you know, for guys and girls. Go do whatever you got to do, you know, be with who you want to be with. But I just always felt like, I don't know, it just felt not right, I guess, or like off. And, you know, so I definitely didn't want to do that. But yeah, it definitely, I don't know. It's, I guess it's cool seeing it now and like realizing after I'm building that relationship with, you know, with God and stuff, you're able to see it and you're like, oh, okay, this is what's happening. This is what's going on.
It's like, even in the moments though, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, you're good.
Even in the moments that you weren't necessarily close to God, you still had like that moral compass of like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now that you're a Christian, you understand what it is. It's conviction.
Oh, yeah.
But even before you know, received Jesus and became a Christian, even before all that, you were already kind of feeling like, this is an example of a life that I don't want to live for my kids, for me personally. But what's crazy to me is that like at that age, not being really raised in church, not really being shown like the best example. Mm-hmm. Like other than like what you saw in your home, which is like two people committed to one another, you know, but your dad always being gone. Like there's just like an imbalance of like a relationship, but you see they're still connected and tied and committed to one another. And it's good. It's cool to see that even like something that isn't considered a Christian standard or an example, like still helped you develop like good morals.
Yeah.
And like helped you to say like, you know what, like that's Grandpa's thing. Like he's doing that thing. Like fine, but like I don't want to do that. Like I'm not gonna live my life like that. You know?
Yeah. No, for sure. And it is pretty cool. And you're right. Like him being gone, he was a truck driver, or he still is. So he's always gone a lot. And but yeah, he's still always call my mom, make sure you know she's good. They talk every day, and stuff like that. So that is, you know, definitely reassuring to see and stuff like that.
That's good. Well, I think we should break this up into 2 parts.
Okay.
We will see you guys on part 2 of this discussion. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. We'll see you after this short break. Yes.